Hi and welcome to the 2018 Paper 1 of the Junior Cert Higher Level. This is question 8 we're on right now. And as usual, if you want a copy of the notes I'm working off, just send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com. The email address should be in the description below. So part A here is worth 15 marks. Okay, and I've given a few hints in here, so just be aware of that. It's solve the following equation. So you see it there, x squared minus 4x minus 7 is equal to 7. Now straight away, I can recognize this as a quadratic equation. Okay, so we can solve it and get a value of x. Now a quadratic always generates two values, or usually generates two values. Give each answer correct at two decimal places. So that's an indication to me that the fast method of opening like two brackets, okay, and working out what the factors are is not going to work, okay, because you can't guess two decimals, or at least a human can't. So we're going to probably have to use the quadratic formula, and that's why I've given you the quadratic formula. Now it's in the maths tables, okay, and in there as well is this equation, which is the general form of any quadratic. So I might as well go to the answer because this is fairly complicated. I'll run you through how to use the quadratic formula. So up here in the corner, now it's a bit pedantic, but when you do these preparatory steps, you end up generally having a better question. So while it may take a little bit longer, okay, that is hopefully going to make sure you have a better result. So I've written out the general form of a quadratic, and beneath that I've written out the quadratic we're using or being asked to solve, and I use that to identify what the a, b, and c values are for the formula. So the a is the value in front of the x squared, which is 1 in this case. The b is the number in front of the x, which is minus 4 in this case. And the c value is the number at the end, including the sign. Now I've identified my numbers and I have my formula, I can just put them in. I would suggest for this formula to put every single number in brackets. So instead of the b, I put minus 4 in brackets. Instead of the b here, I put minus 4 again in brackets. Instead of the a and the c, I put in 1 and minus 7 in brackets. And last but not least, on the bottom, I replace the a value by 1. And that's the formula completely filled in. Now I need to go left to right, top then bottom, and simplify what I can. So if I go left to right, the minus times minus, so brackets mean multiply, minus times minus changes that to a plus. Now minus 4 squared means minus 4 times minus 4, which is plus 16. That's reflected there. Minus 4 times 1, okay, times minus 7 is a triple multiplication. So use your calculator, okay, if you need to. So I end up with plus 28. Now, alternatively, you could have used the calculator for this entire chunk here and gone straight to this point down here. Okay, not wrong with that. That's what the calculator is for. But keep going with what we're going. Okay, I'm going to multiply the 2 by 1 is 2. Now, if I keep going, okay, with the way I was going, it's going to add the 16 and 28, and I end up where I could have been if I'd used the calculator at that initial step. Almost there. Okay, now we want a decimal answer. Okay, so I just kind of copied this here just to so it's all in one line. Now I can put the whole thing through the calculator, but in one way you're going to go with the plus, and the other answer is going to go with the negative. That's why that plus and minus sign are there. And if I put that through the calculator, I end up with 5.316, or my answer could be negative 1.316. Now the question says round to two decimal places, so the 6 is all that matters. That means the next number goes up by 1, so we end up with 5.32. And the last one there, the 6 makes the 1 go up, so I end up with negative 1.32. And that's it. Okay, so move on to part B. Now part B is worth 10 marks here, and you've been given 3 graphs. So it says, it's careful to point out here that this is a different quadratic. So it says the solutions of the quadratic equation, or just says equation, x squared minus x minus 2 equals 0, are x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 2. Now, what the factors or solutions to a quadratic mean is where that graph crosses the x-axis. So it crosses a minus 1, crosses a plus 2. So that's, okay, it's minus 1 and 2 there, so it could be that one. Could be that one, okay. Can't be this one. So C is excluded. Okay, so I'll cross you out. Now the table below shows that 3 graphs A, B, and C. One of these is the graph of the function f of x equals x squared minus x minus 2. Now which one is it, A or B? Because they both have the same solutions. Okay. Now one way to approach this is, okay, if you notice the difference between the two graphs is one goes down lower. Okay, has a lower y value. Okay, so I'm going to just suppose the answer because it's prettier. So the answer is going to be A, okay, because at the y-axis, so all along the y-axis, the value of x is 0. So if I put 0 into my quadratic, okay, what does my answer come out as? So I've done it here, it comes out as negative 2. Now this one here, that looks like negative 3. That looks like negative 2. So A is the answer. That's it. So part B, moving on to part C. Okay, there's no part C. So thanks for watching, and next question is question 9.